Today, we're diving headfirst into the whirlwind journey of 50/50, the girl group with enough drama to put a soap opera to shame, to analyze the fastest rise and fall of this promising act. From the beloved girl group, dearingly referred to as the magic of the tiny business, aka the title that has only been granted to BTS, 50/50 is now labeled the most ungraded act of K-pop whose not only their vision, but also their greed is extremely concernable. The most surprising thing about this whole thing is that the twist of public reaction just changed in a blink of an eye, and within not up to 2 weeks, the act has already been destined to a doomed future despite the record achievements surpassing both BLACKPINK and NewJeans. Before diving into the tea, let me provide you with a comprehensive timeline of 50/50 to show how their journey was once deemed the magic of a tiny business. The birth of a girl group sensation. In November 2019, the project for 50/50 was launched by 3 parties: An Sung-il, Jun Hong-jun, and Camp. An Sung-il, who was at the time the music producer of Camp, while Jun Hong-jun is the CEO of Attract, the direct management company for 50/50. Camp is a production company based in the United States. In 2020, 4 members Kina, Seo, Sana, and Aaron were selected and finalized from a pool of 12 trainees, and throughout the process, Camp assisted in evaluations, global strategies, and song selection. In 2021, Camp withdrew from the project due to disagreements with Jun Hong-jun, leading to his seeking a new management company based in the United States, and recruiting An Sung-il along with 2 staff members B and L to establish The Givers. Here, An Sung-il, or in general The Givers, is responsible for 50/50's formation and development, including managing the girls. On the other hand, Jung Hun-jun and his direct management company Attract focuses on seeking investments and financial matters. In late 2022, 50/50 made their debut but fails to gain significant attention from the public, so they tried their luck again in April 2023, where the act released Cupid, the record-breaking song that brought them to the brightest stardom. To name the most salient achievements of Cupid, this song was a commercial success, topping the Billboard World Digital Song Sales chart, reaching number 9 on the Billboard Global excluding US chart, and also topping number 1 on the Gaon Digital chart in South Korea. It was critically acclaimed for its catchy melody, upbeat tempo, and positive message, as well as being nominated for Best K-pop Song at the 2023 MTV Video Music Awards. It helped to launch the career of 50/50, saving the act from their previous flop debut single, and introduced them to the international playground. The clearest sign of this is on TikTok. The hashtag Cupid5050 has accumulated up to 563.1 million views and thousands of content types, ranging from song covers, acoustic covers, to dance challenges, and fun videos have been made using the audio. Yet, the most salient achievement of Cupid is still how it got 50/50 into the Hollywood world, getting them the chance to sing an OST for the most heated movie of the summer, Barbie. Basically, at this point, 50/50 is nothing but the industry child, the pride of South Korea, and the magical underdogs of the K-pop scene. International fans couldn't contain their joy, shedding tears of happiness as Cupid graced the airwaves of the West. For days, Cupid was played repeatedly on radios of the West, and especially in Australia, where only 2 songs of BLACKPINK managed to get played. The fact that Cupid was put on repeat also moved fans to tears, as it proved 50/50 had come a long way. Cupid strikes, chaos ensues. However, their career wasn't just a bed of roses, and everything soon took a sour turn in June 28. In a twist worthy of a Shakespearean tragedy, 50/50 shocked the world by unleashing a legal frenzy upon their own management company, Attract. They accused them of violating agreements, leaving their trust shattered like a cheap mirror. The drama reached its peak as the courts became the new battleground for these feuding parties. Law and order? More like law and disarray. It was also from this point that the public started to have another viewpoint toward the group, starting to poke holes in their words and coming to a conclusion that the girls were just some backstabbing idols too full of themselves. Some believed after this self-canceling move, 50/50 had also signed up for a dead-end career and turned themselves into a one-hit wonder act of K-pop. Of course, thanks to the massive good impressions with 50/50 and the prejudices held against management agencies, when it comes to legal issues with their artists, the public initially still took side with 50/50, even when Attract released a statement saying that the act was being poached by a third party and the members, most probably due to greed, were about to break the exclusive contract due to receiving misinformation, though 50/50 was still fended by the many. However, it didn't take long for the truth to be unveiled, and when pieces of evidence all pointed at 50/50 being ungrateful, especially most recently when Dispatch joined the chat and revealed secrets left and right, 50/50 are now labeled the backstabbing idols who were blinded for short-term profits. Lawsuits, betrayal, and all that jazz. While Attract once released a claim saying that Warner Music Korea was trying to steal the members through misinformation on June 26, not many people believed the statement. In fact, the CEO of Attract, Jun Hong-jun, was even criticized for being paranoid and childish. Up until that point, nothing about his allegation was backed up with proof, and even if it was true, things should have been settled behind closed doors, rather than being blown out of proportion like the way he had been handling the situation. Some even said they felt like he had borrowed the idea of a dark external force after SM Entertainment's incident with CVX. And he was also living in his head, where 50/50 was being poached by a larger company, just because he started small and big agencies didn't want to see another Magic like Big Hit. Warner Music Korea, of course, was quick to deny the allegation within the same day, but the heated criticism toward Jun Hong-jun only peaked when he filed another lawsuit against An Song-il, aka the producer for 50/50, as people believed he had done this as a desperate attempt to self-fulfill his own illusion. While everyone thought it was the end of the story, since up until that point, it has just been accusations followed by accusations rather than any hard evidence disclosed. Dispatch recently dropped a bombshell article that had everyone talking. It turns out that 50/50's claims of mistreatment were a lie, and their CEO, Jun Hong-jun, actually had their best interests at heart. Messages were uncovered showing his concern for their well-being and efforts to accommodate their needs. The accusations of the CEO releasing information about Aaron's surgery without her consent and forcing her, as well as other members, to work despite her critical health condition, was also said to be a misleading move trying to distort public viewpoints about the incident, because the surgery was a mediocre cholecystitis one. When the Giver staff informed the members they would have a 2-week break while waiting for Aaron, CEO Jun Hong-jun had a suggestion. Concerned about any potential accidents or unforeseen circumstances that the company might not be able to manage during a 2-week break at home, he proposed that they take just 1 week off and then return to the dormitory. This way, they could have a safe and controlled environment where they could rest and work on improving themselves. Yet, after some discussion, it was ultimately decided that the members would be granted about 2 weeks of leave at home, as Jung Hun-jin wanted to show flexibility and understanding in response to the members' needs. About the forced label part, it was also revealed that everything was just the CEO generously offering them the chance to grace entertainment shows, but eventually they made the story turn into his forcing them to overwork. It was also revealed that 50/50 was provided with luxury accommodation at Gangnam, and every month the company had to pay about $2,500 for their apartment. Even 5 members of NewJeans, the hottest act of the time, still had to share a 2-bedroom flat, so it's obvious that 50/50 hasn't been treated half as terribly as they claimed. When K-Nuts noticed how 50/50 has been dressed in mind-blowingly extravagant outfits, despite the fact that they hail from a teeny tiny little company, the outrage toward the girls was fueled even bigger. In the photos, Adan was seen rocking a hoodie that costs a whopping 830,000 won, along with a snazzy crop top from the luxurious Miu Miu brand valued at 2.5 million won. Kina was also noticed strutting her stuff in a Miu Miu top worth a cool 1.53 million won, and the JW Anderson pants that ring in at 1.4 million won. And as if that weren't enough, Sia joined the fashion fiesta in a cozy knitted sweater worth a cool 680,000 won. Netizens, of course, couldn't resist injecting their signature brand of sarcasm into the discussion. Usually, idols from small companies could never afford such items, and even when they were endorsed, the reputation of these brands had already proven how much Attract had tried to ensure the best treatment for 50/50, which was again in total contrast to the girls' claim in the lawsuit. From stardom to trash, the fall from grace. As the big picture is gradually revealed, netizens' outrage toward the act only grew. Then everything peaked on July 5 when the members were reported to register the trademarks for 50/50 and their stage names, which, according to Attract, that they had no clue about this incident. In the eyes of netizens, 50/50 is now nothing but an ungrateful and backstabbing group, oblivious to the blood, sweat, and tears poured into their creation. They selfishly bask in the glow of their success, acting like entitled brats. They soared too high too soon, blissfully unaware that their luxurious Gangnam apartment and superstar treatment were unearned gifts. As CEO, Jun Hung-jin was reported to have sold his expensive cars for 50/50's MV production, and news about his everlasting goodwill has been released, 2 of which were about his former artists stepping up to share about how supportive he has been as a former CEO and how brave he was to have protected Lee Ji-hae during Sharp's bullying scandal 20 years ago. Almost everyone had sided with him and turned their back on the members. After news about 50/50's MV OST for Barbie was cancelled, netizens also expressed their sarcasm toward the girls, saying it was 50/50 the name that was famous rather than the members. And not many people knew their faces, so Jun Hung-jin should have scouted new members at this point. However, as he still empathized with the girls and expressed the willingness to reconcile, that scenario seemingly won't happen for his good heart. Are 50/50 really the traitors? Or are they just naive rookies being lured into the grand scheme of unsung ill like reported?